Welcome, friends and family, to Live Interactive English. I'm Shane.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at part 1 of Yunlin, the birthplace of Taiwanese puppetry. Wow.
Wait, so Taiwanese puppetry, is it different than normal puppetry? What makes Taiwanese puppetry special?
Have you ever watched these, the puppet TV series in Taiwan? Or sometimes they have these puppet shows, like in front of temples?
Oh, is that the one where they're like doing like kung fu and stuff like that?
Yes, they're like hand puppets,
yeah.
But they're very cool because it always has a cool plot where the characters have some kind of conflict or fighting. And then there's also a lot of sound effects. And in the TV series, they also have a lot of cool lighting as well.
I think, yeah, I've seen it not on television, but on YouTube or something. I've seen little clips of it, but it's, I don't know, it's a little violent, don't you think? Because I know kids probably watch it. It's pretty violent.
Okay, you are right about that. It is a little bit violent, but it's quite exciting, I have to say. But I think the only downside for me is that it's all in Taiwanese, so a little bit hard for me to understand.
Well, probably what the dialogue is not that important. What's probably more important is all the movements and sound effects.
That's true.
I think the storyline is probably pretty simple.
And sometimes they have really cool Taiwanese songs too.
Wow. Okay, why don't we get into the lesson and learn more about Yunlin, the birthplace of Taiwanese puppetry.
Yunlin County is located in the western part of Taiwan. The county is known as the hometown of Taiwanese puppet theater, which has a rich history and cultural importance in the region. Yunlin's many museums and historic buildings make it a popular spot for tourists. Visitors to Yunlin should start their trip at the Yunlin Palm Puppets Museum. The museum is housed in the former Hubei County Hall, which was built in 1931. The museum celebrates puppetry, an important part of Hubei's culture.
So today we are looking at part 1 of Yunlin, the birthplace of Taiwanese puppetry. That's exactly what they do in the show.
They float in the air like this.
And then their hair would be blowing in the wind like that.
So cool. Okay, so Yunlin County is located in the western part of Taiwan. Okay, so it's located in the western part of Taiwan. So locate is a verb. It means to find the exact position of something or somebody. So in this situation, the location is exactly in the west, right?
That's right.
Where exactly in the west? Is it the northwest, central west, southwest?
Well, Yunlin is actually a little bit below Zhanghua and Taichung. So, Taichung is kind of like the central part of Taiwan.
That's why it's called Taichung.
Right? Exactly.
Hey.
That's right. So, Zhanghua is a little bit below Taichung, and then comes Yunlin.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Yunlin before?
I don't think so, but there's places in Taiwan that I've gone before, and I didn't realize that I'd been there. Like my father-in-law took my wife and I and the family on a trip around Taiwan. And I spent a lot of time just sleeping and, we're here? Okay.
You didn't enjoy the view?
Well, some of the view, but a lot of driving.
That's
and
true.
I would just end up there. They'll tell me where we are, but I would just forget later because we went to so many places.
That's true.
Okay, so the example sentence we have is she was able to locate the restaurant on the map.
So she was able to find the restaurant on the map. That's what you're saying, right?
The location, right? Which is the noun.
Okay, well, let's continue. The county is known as the hometown of Taiwanese puppet theater. which has a rich history and cultural importance in the region. So, hometown is our next vocabulary word, and that is a noun. And basically means the place where you were born or lived as a child. But right here, we're saying it's the hometown of the Taiwanese puppetry,
where
right?
it was born.
Exactly.
Right?
So we're not talking about a person here, we're talking about the puppetry.
Exactly.
That's where it started. So for example, our example sentence for hometown, my hometown is a small village in the countryside.
Is it really?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, continuing. Yunlin's many museums and historic buildings make it a popular spot for tourists.
I have to admit that I didn't know that they have a lot of the museums in Yunlin.
I don't know anything about it. Now I know a little bit about Yunlin. In fact, I guess it's quite historical, right? So if we say something is historic, that's an adjective.
That's right.
And we see a word in there, it sounds like history, right? So we all know what history is. So if it's historic, it means it's important in history. And it's likely to be thought of as important at some time in the future. So not just important now, but in the future, we'll look back at it and say, wow, that place is awesome.
That's right.
So for example, you can say the historic building was built over 200 years ago.
And it's a very important building, right? Okay. Well, let's continue. Visitors to Yunlin should start their trip at the Yunlin Palm Puppets Museum. The museum is housed in the former Hubei County Hall, which was built in 1931. I guess, you know, the puppetry is very, very famous in Taiwan and in Yunlin especially because that's where it was born. And that is why you should start your trip there, right?
Right. Okay. Continuing, the museum celebrates puppetry, an important part of Hubei's culture. Oh, puppetry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty special that like a place, like a whole area is just known for puppetry.
I think the reason why is because later on it became popular island-wide, right? So it's not only popular in Yunlin, but I think everybody in Taiwan loves watching these puppet shows.
Yeah, it's cool. I think I'm gonna have to watch some more. Let's take a break first.
All right.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这2天的课文是要介绍台湾布袋戏的起源地云林。那么标题用到 The birthplace of Taiwanese puppetry， 其中这个 birthplace 就是指发源地或者是出生地。那么 puppetry 它表示木偶戏演出或者是制作木偶的技艺。好，那课文就写到说啊，云林县位于台湾西部，被称为台湾布袋戏的故乡。那这个地区具有丰富的历史和文化重要性。云林的许多博物馆和历史建筑也让这个地方成为了观光客的热门景点。好，课文建议我们云林之旅呢，可以从云林布袋戏馆开始哦。它是位于昔日的虎尾郡役所当中，那么建于1931年。这个博物馆赞颂着布袋戏，是虎尾文化重要一部分。来看单字 locate 或是念作 locate， 它表示使什么坐落于或者是确定点点点的位置。我们可以用 be located 加上 in at 或是 on 再加地点去表达说位于哪里，坐落于哪里。再看到 hometown， 它表示故乡、家乡。Historic 则是形容具有历史意义的或是历史性的。有另外一个形容词是 historical， 它则是形容历史的、历史上的、基于史实的、史学的。所以同学们可以大致上的去记说 historic 它一般是描述在历史上的重要性， historical 则是描述跟历史史学有关。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，那我们来看这个重点是 make 加受词加受词补语，是表达使什么成为什么，变成什么。make 在这边表示使成为，使变成。那么受词后方这个受词补语，你可以用名词或形容词。举例来说 ，The film made him an international star。那部电影使他成为国际巨星。The film made him famous。那部电影使他成名。好，接着课文中。
The first floor of the museum has a permanent exhibition area that introduces the history and development of puppet theater in Taiwan. This exhibition area includes famous characters and props that were seen in popular puppet TV series of the past. There is also a DIY studio that offers visitors the chance to create their own puppets. The museum's second floor has a theater. There, visitors can watch free puppet shows on weekends and attend lectures. Aside from this theater, the second floor has a gift shop that sells puppets and related products.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, we were learning a little bit about Yunlin, and we found out that it's the hometown of Taiwanese puppet theater. So if you go there, the first stop should probably be the museum.
Yes, definitely.
Right? So if we go to the museum, what can we see?
Well, I'm going to tell all of you.
Okay.
The first floor of the museum has a permanent exhibition area that introduces the history and development of puppet theater in Taiwan. Okay, so I'm guessing that in the museum, there are so many different areas that you can visit.
Right.
And right here, they're talking about the first floor.
Yeah.
Now, it has a permanent exhibition, right?
So permanent means that it's there always.
That's
right.
right.
Not temporary.
Temporary means like, maybe like only for a period of time, and then maybe they will change it to something else. So temporary and permanent.
So what's an exhibition?
Okay, so an exhibition, that's a noun. It's a collection of things. For example, works of art that are shown to the public, that are displayed.
Or you could say they are exhibited.
That's right.
So the verb would be to exhibit.
Exactly.
So they are exhibited to the public, right?
And the noun is called exhibition. Right. So, for example, the museum has a new exhibition of Stone Age tools. So that means this exhibition show all the Stone Age tools, right?
Okay, continuing, this exhibition area includes famous characters and props that were seen in popular puppet TV series of the past.
I think that's the interesting part about this whole thing is that when the characters, they become really popular, it's like watching movies. Right?
Yeah.
And you grow attached to them. And then you're like, I know this character. And I want to know more about, the things that he was using, the sword that he was holding, right?
So when you were growing up, would you watch these on TV?
Yes.
Well, so it seems like a kid watching a puppet theater on television, I feel like in the West, that would never happen. But this type of puppet theater is actually very action-packed.
That's
and exciting,
right.
And I think kids would probably love it. So it actually became popular on TV.
Yes, that's right. Like
Wow.
many decades ago.
Okay,
let's continue. There is also a DIY studio that offers visitors the chance to create their own puppets. So DIY, it just stands for Do It Yourself. That's right. So this sounds really interesting. I would just go to the museum just for that.
Yeah.
You can create, you can make your own puppets.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And you'll make them in the studio. So a studio is a room or a space where an artist works, right? Or creates something. And art could even be like dancing, martial arts.
That's right.
Or just more traditional arts like, making things with wood or something like that, or painting. We'll call those a studio, right? So for example, classes at the dance studio are available for people of all ages.
That's right.
Okay, so continuing the reading, the museum's second floor has a theater.
Ooh.
There, visitors can watch free puppet shows on weekends and attend lectures.
So there are like a lot of things that you can do in this museum. Not only can you, make your own puppets, and then you can watch all the exhibitions, the cool puppets, and then the props. Wow, you can even attend lectures.
Yeah, and the best part, that is free.
I know.
Right? I love free, especially when I'm a tourist and I can go and see something cool in a museum and it doesn't cost me any money. I can, have free air conditioning.
Okay. Well, aside from this theater, the second floor has a gift shop that sells puppets and related products. And these would make perfect souvenirs, right?
Right.
If you ever visit Yunlin, you want to bring home, some souvenirs, little gifts for your friends and family, you can definitely go to these gift shops, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we also have this vocabulary word here, product, and that is a noun. So a product is a thing that is either grown, produced, or created, usually for sale.
Right. And so in this place, these are things that were created, right? Cool. All right. So for example, what can we say?
We can say the company's newest product is now being sold in Taiwan.
Cool.
Okay, wow, we learned quite a lot about this cool museum. I would definitely want to pay a visit. I can't believe I didn't know anything about this museum.
And yeah, I know even less about the whole thing, but I'm starting to learn, and luckily we've got part 2.
That's right.
So that's all for part 1, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
好，云林布袋戏馆的1楼有常设展区，介绍布袋戏在台湾的历史与发展。那这个展区可以看到过去受欢迎的布袋戏电视剧里面知名角色，还有道具，还有一个自己动手做的这种工作坊，让游客可以有机会制作自己的木偶。好，来看单字 exhibition， 它就表示展览会或是展出。我们可以用 permanent exhibition 去表达常设展，其中的 permanent 就是形容永久的、固定的。再看到 studio， 它表示工作室，那也可以指练习室，像舞蹈练习室，那也可以指摄影棚或者是录音室。老师在讲解时呢，他就有提到像舞蹈啊、武术等等的工作室。老师说的 martial arts 就是武术。再来 Karen 老师他聊到说，如果一直有在追布袋戏，可能会变得很热爱它的相关事物。老师这时候用到形容词 attached。attached attached 是形容依恋的、热爱什么什么的。那么Shane老师则用到 action-packed 来描述布袋戏的剧情是充满刺激动作场面的。好，那我们看到课文他说啊，博物馆2楼有一个剧院，在那边呢，游客可以在周末免费观看布袋戏以及参加讲座。除了这个剧院之外，2楼还有贩卖木偶和相关产品的这种礼品店。那么 product 就是指产品、产物。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 aside from， 它是片语介系词，后面可以接名词或动名词。那以下介绍2种不同意思。第一种呢，可以用 aside from 去表达除了什么什么之外，还有什么什么。这时候意思就跟 besides 或者是 in addition to 相同，是有包括它后面的人事物在内。举例来说。Aside from baking, she also enjoys reading and gardening. 除了烘焙之外，她还喜欢阅读和园艺。好，第二个我们可以用 aside from 去表达除了点点点之外就没有什么什么，意思就相当于 except for， 那这时候就不包括后面的人事物咯。举例来说 ，Aside from Emma,All of the students failed the exam. 除了 Emma 之外，其他所有的学生都考不及格。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Yunlin County is located in the western part of Taiwan. The county is known as the hometown of Taiwanese puppet theater, which has a rich history and cultural importance in the region. Yunlin's many museums and historic buildings make it a popular spot for tourists. Visitors to Yunlin should start their trip at the Yunlin Palm Puppets Museum. The museum is housed in the former Huwei County Hall, which was built in 1931. The museum celebrates puppetry, an important part of Huwei's culture. The first floor of the museum has a permanent exhibition area that introduces the history and development of puppet theater in Taiwan. This exhibition area includes famous characters and props that were seen in popular puppet TV series of the past. There is also a DIY studio that offers visitors the chance to create their own puppets. The museum's second floor has a theater. There, visitors can watch free puppet shows on weekends and attend lectures. Aside from this theater, the second floor has a gift shop that sells puppets and related products.
Today, we are going to learn about Shixian Road in Chiayi and how it got its name. Now, it's named after a famous lady named Shixian, and she has made a lot of contribution in education and politics, and she has also made lots of changes in Chiayi. If you ever go to Shixian Road, you will see lots of beautiful trees and flowers. So make sure you take lots of pictures. And let's learn more about Shixian Road in Chiayi.
Shixian Road is an important ring road in Chiayi City's West District. The name of the road is to commemorate Xu Shixian, the late mayor of Chiayi. Xu and her husband Chang Jin-tong earned doctorates in Japan. In 1940, they went back to Chiayi and founded Sun Ten Hospital, which earned the respect of the local people. After World War II, she was the first principal of National Chiayi Girls Senior High School and founded the first women's federation in Taiwan. Xu Shixian worked for the rights of women joining politics, and she was elected to the local and central legislature several times. In 1968, when she was 61, she was elected mayor of Chiayi City and was the first woman to be elected mayor in Taiwan. In 1982, she was 75 and re-elected mayor of Chiayi City. In the same year, Chiayi City was upgraded to a provincial city. Because Xu Shixian helped Chiayi City a lot, the local people called her Chiayi's Matsu. Shixian Elementary School and Shixian Library are named after her. Shixian Road has been famous for its beautiful street trees for years. This road is planted with thousands of trees. They include mahogany trees, golden shower trees, golden trumpet trees, Madagascar almond trees, and so on. From March to April, mahogany trees have leaves with many different colors. From May to July, golden shower trees bloom with golden flowers. Walking under these trees is like walking into a painting. With these trees, this road is a check-in hotspot on social media. These trees make Chiayi's cityscape better and give people a good environment to relax.
I hope you guys really enjoyed learning about Shixian Road in Chiayi. And so make sure that you do pay a visit and take lots of pictures while you're there. This is all the time we have for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.